Now we want to bring you today's original with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been keeping an eye on. Tonight, we bring you to Alabama in a story producer Abby Brooks and I have been working on for months. It's there that a man is set to be executed in January by nitrogen gas. The state would become the first in the country to attempt a scheduled execution this way, as the U.S. grapples with a shortage of lethal injection drugs. This man, Kenneth Smith, has been in prison for decades for a 1988 murder. And here's the thing. He already survived a botched execution attempt last year. But while Alabama is intent on using nitrogen gas to execute Smith, some details of the protocol are still unknown. We want to warn you, you may find some details of this report disturbing. Kenneth Smith has lived behind the walls of William C. Holman Correctional Facility for more than 30 years. Next year, he's scheduled to die there as Alabama attempts to execute him with a method that's never been used before.
The fact that they've got me lined up to be the first with gas is really terrifying.
It's called nitrogen hypoxia, meaning Smith would breathe nitrogen until he dies. The date is set January 25th. But the details surrounding the method are shrouded in mystery. The only information revealed in a heavily redacted protocol issued by the state, medical and legal experts calling that protocol into question.
What is not at all clear is how exactly the Alabama Department of Corrections intends to deliver this pure nitrogen. If the nitrogen is mixed with any amount of oxygen, any amount of air, then it will take longer for the nitrogen to cause death, or it may never cause death.
The stakes are life and death for Smith, and high for Alabama as well. All eyes will be on the state after they failed to execute two men via lethal injection last year.
We are here to confront the narrative that everything is okay.
Smith was one of those men. He recounted a conversation with an execution official to NBC News.
After the execution was over with, I was still strapped to the gurney. He tells me that, if you got to go, lethal injections for life. He said it's painless. I wish I'd been in my right mind so I could have told him, did this look painless to you?
He says immediately following his failed execution, there was already talk about this second attempt.
Then he tells me, he said that gas, suffocation. Nobody knows what that's going to do.
Also watching anxiously, the family of Smith's victim, Elizabeth Sennett. Smith, along with two other men, were hired by her husband, a pastor, in 1988 to kill her in a staged burglary gone wrong. Her son, Michael, drove hours to Holman in 2022, expecting to see justice served. Instead, Smith survived.
To go down there and wait all day and fail again, I would be angry.
Can you describe where that anger would come from?
Well, it's had 35 years to build up. He's been in jail twice as long as I knew my mom. We're going to be able to move on with our life, but yet another family is losing a part of their family. So it's kind of bittersweet.
They're going to try a brand new method with the second attempt. Are you confident it's going to work?
I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic.
With more questions than answers about the nitrogen protocol, medical experts are less optimistic. Court filings from the Alabama Department of Corrections show the state plans to use a mask with a 5-point strapping system to deliver the nitrogen to Smith.
It has to be perfectly airtight.
Medical experts for Smith's legal team argue in court filings if the mask doesn't fit, the execution could fail again, leaving Smith in a permanent vegetative state. Also a concern, the safety of others, including correctional officers in the room. Nitrogen can be incredibly dangerous. A leak killed 6 in a poultry plant accident in 2021.
Nitrogen gas is odorless and colorless, so there's no way to know if it's leaking.
Smith's spiritual advisor, who will be in the execution chamber with him, had to sign a waiver acknowledging he could be exposed to harm too.
If a nitrogen leak were to happen in the execution chamber, who will be there? What is the emergency procedure if I collapse?
The Alabama Department of Corrections declined to comment to NBC News. Oklahoma and Mississippi have also legalized execution by nitrogen. but have yet to try it, which means the method could be adopted by other states if Alabama is successful in executing Smith.
As go Kenny, so goes the rest of my brothers. I don't care what method they end up coming up with, they're always going to have problems taking a man's life because man was never meant to do this to nobody.
Kenneth Smith recently appeared in court hoping the state would pause his execution. The state said in supplemental briefings filed just today that Smith's Eighth Amendment argument alleging cruel and unusual punishment has no basis. Specifically addressing the fit of the mask, the state also said its protocol will rapidly reduce oxygen inside the mask, cause unconsciousness within seconds, and cause death within minutes. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as we head into the new year.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.